for a limited time, $1 gets you full access to all the automotive industry news and content CBTNews.com has to offer. CBT News. Subscribe today. Welcome to CBT News with Bridget Fitzpatrick.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to CBT News. I'm Bridget Fitzpatrick. Thank you so much for joining us. Here's Chris Riggins with today's top stories.
Thanks, Bridget. The Japanese automaker Mazda announced on March 17th that Masahiro Moro, a 40-year company veteran, will become its new president and CEO. Moro will officially take over pending the approval of the shareholders and board in June as the business ramps up spending to electrify its vehicles and considered investing in its battery production. A new feature from Tesla will allow homeowners with rooftop solar to charge their Tesla vehicles with excess solar power. The automaker made waves earlier this month when it unveiled plans to provide unlimited overnight charging for $30 a month. Since then, Tesla has been attempting to regulate the charging of EVs in another way using extra solar power. In two separate actions, Ford is recalling more than 1.5 million vehicles in the U.S. to fix brittle windshield wiper arms and leaky brake hoses. The company stated in documents on March 17th that according to safety regulators, the front brake hoses can rupture and leak brake fluid. This would lengthen stopping distances and increase brake pedal travel. The bill in Mississippi aimed at preventing EV manufacturers from bypassing franchise dealers to sell their vehicles has been signed into law. Tate Reeves, the governor of Mississippi, signed the law on March 14th after it was approved by the legislature earlier this month. The new law exempts the state's existing Tesla outlet from the prohibition against automakers owning, operating, or controlling their own dealerships. Don't go anywhere. Coming up next is Dave Thomas, the Director of Content Marketing and an automotive industry analyst at CDK Global. We'll be right back.
Delivering the news dealers count on for 10 years. Subscribe today and join thousands of other automotive professionals. CBT News, 10 years strong.
New vehicle inventory is on the rise. In fact, according to CDK Global's February Ease of Purchase summary, the number of shoppers who only needed to visit one store rose from 28% in January to 44% in February. On today's Inside Automotive, we're pleased to be joined once again by Dave Thomas, the Director of Content Marketing and an automotive industry analyst at CDK Global, to take a look into the Ease of Purchase summary. Take a look.
What trends is CDK seeing in their ease of purchase scorecard since its inception in July of 2022?
Yeah, well, one of the best things we saw last month was just that general number of is it easy to purchase a car is back up to one of its highest numbers at 85% of everyone we surveyed said it was in fact easy. So that's the best number we've seen since July.
Cool.
And you know, every point of data we're seeing is this is tied to them finding the car they want on the lot. And as you mentioned, 44% just visiting one store. That means they found the car they wanted at that one store.
Right. Which is good news for the industry, right? I mean, isn't that a number that we want to get to?
Oh yeah, I think we've discussed this before. It's this next year. I hope not too much more than a year. It is finding that perfect mix of how much inventory on the lot is going to make people happy, get the transactions you need, but still not where we were a few years ago where we had too much on the lot and too many incentives.
That's right. I know a number of dealers echo that same sentiment. So now that inventory has rebounded, has the consumer shopping journey changed?
Yeah, I mean, but we were seeing some amazing numbers the past few months in terms of more people ordering a vehicle from the factory, buying them in transit, and in January, that number was over 50% of people doing that. But last month in February, it had shifted back to people buying it on the lot. So that number, finding a vehicle in stock is 52%, going back to that majority. So it definitely shifted. So that's the highest number we've seen since July. It's so it has really changed of how people are shopping. And while we thought maybe this would be a more permanent shift of people ordering and that such, it looks like it's a variable. So we're going to keep tracking it.
All right, be sure to watch that interview in its entirety right here at cbtnews.com. That wraps up our show for today, but we invite you to join us back here again tomorrow morning for all the latest news and trends impacting the retail automotive industry. And be sure to follow us on TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. I'm Bridget Fitzpatrick. Thanks for watching.
CBT News, your #1 resource for auto industry news and content. Join the #1 most watched newscast in the automotive industry. CBT News. Subscribe today.